Texas is coming down on April Sims for her racial views. It appears that a majority of people feel the same way April feels. Yet, the liberals of America want to suppress and punish her for her views. I believe April Sims is just one of millions of Americans who feel that way. White people are getting to a boiling point with the political correctness. Political correctness is ruining lives. Americans are tired of sensitivity training. Why should people be punished for telling the truth? According to the comment section of Mail Online, people are furious with their firing and the insanity of political correctness ruining people's lives. I honestly do not believe white people in America will remain silent about race much longer, or multiculturalism. I foresee an explosion of resentment towards the liberals as a whole for their ideologies. I believe the US and Europe are at a breaking point with multiculturalism, and the only solution for people is violence as a defensive measure against multiculturalism and against those who wish to push multiculturalism. There is a lot of anger in the United States over multiculturalism, and the majority of Americans have had it.
Situation is getting critical, folks. Situation is getting critical. Now, that clip I just showed you there was just some conservative right-wing nut job defending April Sims, whatever that white chick's name is, and he's going in on multiculturalism, and he's defending her the same way a certain another YouTuber defended her. You know what I'm saying? Go figure. And he says that why are they being punished for telling the truth? It's funny that when white people make their racist jabs at blacks, you know, they're speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're like the hell with PC, being PC. They're it's freedom of speech, but yet when a black person when a black person goes on a racial rant against white people, it's all like, oh, you're blaming white people, and and take responsibility for your own actions. You know, bottom line, April Sims should take responsibility for her own actions. You know, she makes a racist rant, and she it's not like she made her racist rant on in somebody's face. You know what I'm saying? She was the type of person that probably smiled in her black co-worker's face and then talk behind their back, you know. So I that's not brave. That's not really keeping it real or what you say. When you post stuff on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, it reflects your company and who you work for. Most likely she would have quit it anyway if she didn't get fired, if her co-workers found out what she said, you know. So yeah, that's not being any kind of hero. And my thing is, like, this guy was talking about how America's not going to be quiet for too long, and you know, all this other shit, and like they got something to say to black people. If you got something to say, just say it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't respect somebody that's just gonna not show their face and talk behind your back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have respect for somebody like that. You know, smile in my face, but got a whole lot to say behind my back. And since we're bringing out the truths, you know what I'm saying, the truths can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? If white people get some stuff out their chest, then blacks should get some shit off our chest. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Blacks in the hood, in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? America's a wild out, violent place. And this dude's talking about multiculturalism. I'm like, how do you really define culture? Like one specific culture, you know? And you know, you should have thought about multiculturalism before slavery and taking this land from the Indians. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why are Native Americans on the reservations? So it's funny, you know. This shows that you know, a lot of whites are just insecure, paranoid. You know, they're just, you know, it ain't the good old days no more. Dukes of Hazards. with the Confederate flag on the car. But I also want to point out
America,
one thing. Check this
and a
out.
hatred against those who persecuted them so often. I believe it's time for America and Europe to wake up. Stamp out the cult of political correctness.
Yeah, that was Painless Risen. He makes a comment virtually in favor of the white dude talking bad about blacks. You know what I'm saying? On a video where this white dude is pretty much talking about genocide, going to war. I'm like, this white dude, he was talking about Europe and all these white countries laying amnesty in, and Painless Risen didn't even oppose him. He talking about, yo, black. I'm like, come on. White people all over the world is scared of losing their culture. In Europe and everywhere. Because the immigrants are coming in. So, as I said, situations getting critical, critical. Painless Risen, I see you, I'll deal with you next.